Hi and welcome to Andy and Katie's allotment. Just wanted to give you a tour around because I've done quite a lot of things in the last couple of weeks really, and just wanted to give you a bit of an update. So if we go into the first part, I don't know whether I mentioned this last time, but I've done a little bed here at the entrance to the allotment, and this is just it's full of bulbs. I've just put a load of bulbs in there, spring flowering bulbs, and we'll see what happens with them. The ones that you can see sprouting, the gladioli, on the right hand side there, they just seem to have shot up because they should be obviously just coming to the end of their flowering round about now. I just planted them really for next year. The greenhouse, yeah, we've had some really bad weather, as most people have, with Storm Babette, and the greenhouse has taken a bit of a battering, but it wasn't that great to start with. But I have put some black plastic down on the floor, and just if I show you inside, you can see that in there is a trestle table that I was given as a potting bench, so that'll come in handy. I don't think I'm going to do a lot to this greenhouse because I'm going to get another one further up the allotment. So this is going to be basically more like a potted shed. So if you see here, I've now got 3 compost bays. The one on the left there is the newest one. I've just finished that one, and basically that's going to be where I turn the other 2 into. You can see the 2 that are next to each other. The one on the left there is finished, so I've put some tarpaulin over the top to keep the wet out from now on. Put some bricks on the top there, and that'll just sit there for about 3 months until it gets ready to be emptied into the bay on the left there. And you can see that in the bay on the right there, I've just started to fill that one. So what will happen is those 2 bays that are next to each other will get emptied because they'll shrink considerably. The amount of compost that it'll make is quite a lot less than the raw material, and they will probably just about fill the 3rd bay. So if we go round and have a look, we can see now that I made a decision that this year, this is the bit that I'm going to plant. Or I say this year, this coming planting year, so 2024 will be these beds. So as you can see, since we last had a tour round, I've finished all the bays on this side now. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 on the left, and my original plan for this side was that I was going to have either 1 really long bay or 2 medium-sized bays. But as I took the tarpaulin up that I'd put down, or the black plastic that I put down to kill the grass and the weeds, I found out that the one on behind had some tarpaulin on the floor, so it's made more of a rectangular bed rather than a long thin one. And then I've used that tarpaulin to cover the compost as it happens. So I've done a plan, which I've done a video for, so if you want to check that out, that's basically telling you what my plan is for next year. I'm not going to go into it in too much detail now, but suffice to say that all of the beds are going to have at least 2 plantings, and the majority will go into a 3rd. So as I say, if you do want to hear what my plan is, then please check out planning video on YouTube on Andy and Kate's allotment. So what we've done as far as planting's concerned today, you can probably just see in the holes there, I've planted red onion sets in there which are going to stay over winter. You might be able to see that some of them have got 2 in. I'm doing a bit of an experiment to see if you can like multi-sow onion sets like you can things from seed. So some of those have got 2 in, some of those have got 1 in. We'll see which ones grow best. The garlic at the back, what I've done is I've planted some more garlic. So as you can see, there's rows of it now coming up. They're the ones that I planted probably about 3 weeks ago, something like that. And then I planted some more just before the bad weather, so probably about a week, 10 days ago, right up to this end. And if you look closely, you can probably see the odd one just starting to sprout. So that's coming along nicely, so I should have a bit of a succession of garlic, so it doesn't all come in one go. If I just sort of go back, excuse the shadow, what I've got here is brassica bed, which you can see. I'm not sure whether that's insect damage or pigeon damage, but they're still growing, so I'm still going to leave them. I think what I might do in the next day or so is cover them in fleece, and then again what I've done in the rows in between, so I've interplanted brown onion sets. So again, don't know whether you can see the brown onions. I've not covered them over. I'm just going to let the weather so I've just dibbed a hole and then just literally pop them in. Whether that's the right thing to do or not, obviously we'll see. But I've been told that if you bury them too deep, then they don't come as readily. So I've dibbed a hole and just popped them in, because you can certainly do that with seed. So again, this is all new for me, so I'll see what happens. And then there's just the other 2 beds up there that we've not done anything with, and they'll be the first ones to be planted up with the new crops that we'll start planting in the spring, in February, well, late winter. So the final bed that I've created here, the light's not brilliant because it's in the shade, but this one is going to be where all the salad's going to be. So it's just going to be rows of lettuce. I'm going to do half of it as like taking off the lower leaves and just leaving the main planting for a long period of time. And I think that will probably take 3 sowings to cover the whole of the year, right through from sort of April, May time, start cropping, right through till the end of September, October. And the other one, I'm going to plant up the same kinds of lettuce, but let them heart up so they get the full lettuce. But obviously I'm going to have to plant those more often, because obviously if you take the whole plant, and you've just got to replace it, so that's not a problem. We can see you can get different results from different ways of going. So if we go down the side of the shed, just calling in at the herb bed, which again is still looking really lush, really good. All the water butts are now full after all the rain from the storm, so hopefully that will see me through any dry weather that we might get in the spring and certainly the summer. Now this is the bit where you may see the most change, because I've now finished completely all the clearing that I'm going to do as far as the brambles are concerned down this end of the allotment. But this is the bit that I'm not going to touch at all, for the whole of next year. As you can see, what I've done is I've just covered it all in black plastic, weighted it down with bricks, and with all the rain and what have you, the water has also helped to weight that down. Not too bothered about the gaps in between. Keep that down with a strimmer, and hopefully, as I say, you've got two 10-metre beds in the middle, or two widths of 10 metres. Two lengths of 10 metres, and they're 2 metres each. So that's a 4 by 10 metre bed, and then the one on the right there, the longer one, is again roughly 2 metres across, and then that's probably another 3 or 4 metres in length on top of the 10, so about 14-15 metres in total. What I found in the middle of all of these brambles, which are now dying off quite nicely, is a rose bush. So that looks like it's been there for a number of years. It's a really established, hefty rose. So I've just chopped it all back, and we'll see what happens next year. See if it sprouts, see if it might even flower. But yeah, we'll see what happens with that. What I've decided to do here is I've left a hedge with, or an edge or a hedge with brambles, so again I can use the fruit. I've not got rid of them completely. And then right at the end, you can see that I've left 4 or 5 metres probably of brambles there. I've left that mostly on purpose, because there's obviously a good wildlife habitat in there. So what I'll do is I will probably end up making a couple of pathways between, so I can go right to the end, to those trees at the end, so I can again harvest the brambles and use them. Yes, I could get the ones right at the front, but if I make a path all the way through, then the wildlife get the get the benefit of the shelter and the food, but also I get the benefit of being able to pick the brambles next autumn. And that's where we are at the moment. So hope you enjoyed this. If you are enjoying these videos, then please do subscribe to our channel, Andy and Katie's Allotment, on YouTube. We're also on Instagram and TikTok, so please check us out on those as well. As I say, we'd really like you to subscribe to our channel and just keep up with us, keep supporting what we're doing, and speak very soon. Thanks again. Take care. Bye bye.